Today we are going to solve systems of 3 equations and 3 unknowns algebraically. When I say using substitution or elimination, you'll actually use parts of both methods in solving these. Now, a couple things before we look at um, how to do it. 3 equations and 3 unknowns. You're going to have an x, a y, and a z. This would be what it would look like. It's definitely going to be more complicated. Some of you will get very frustrated. They take a long time. One little mistake, unfortunately, causes the whole problem to be wrong. So you want to be very careful with your algebra in doing them. Now, what they are, XYZ is the 3-dimensional plane. So we're in space. So just to see like some examples very quickly here, you could have 3 lines intersect in a point. You could get many solutions with this second one if your 3 lines actually intersect in the same line. You could get no points of intersection if the 3 lines never meet. They could be one like this where 2 meet in one line, another 2 meet in a different line, and another 2 meet in a different line. You could have 3 parallel lines in space that never meet. You could have 2 parallel and one that's intersecting both of them. These would be no solutions. Now, just like you check 2 equations and 2 unknowns, for you to decide if an ordered triple, your answer now is going to be X, Y, Z. For you to decide which one is your answer, you would plug the point in, and that point would have to work in every single equation. So the minute you got to know the point didn't work, it's not going to work. Now I'm not doing this, I'm just showing you for you to check this. You would try A, try B, try C, try D. If you actually would have, I think the answer 4 minus 2 plus 50, I don't know which the answer is, but you could check to see which of those points worked in all 3 ordered pairs. So what we are going to do, what I'm going to do is go through your notes, which are there, and do the steps. Now, it's written on your paper a different way. You want to follow the way yours is written. So it says label the equations A, B, and C. So I make that A, that B, that C. Now, decide which variable is easiest to eliminate. That's your choice. But if I look at this right here, A and B, those Y's could eliminate right away because they're already opposites. So now, step 2, eliminate that variable from one pair of equations. So this is where you would see first pair of equations. You would take A and B. So I'm going to write down 3x plus y minus 2z equals -8. 2x minus y plus 4z equals 18. Elimination is your adding. So you add 5x, those go away, plus 2z equals 10. Now, I put that in a box, and really what I would say is I'm going to save that for later. So now that was step 2. Step 3, eliminate that same variable from 2 different equations. Now that means I could pick A with C, or I could pick B with C. I can't pick A and B because I already used A and B. So I'm going to use B and C because one's minus, one's plus. So if you think you have 2x minus y plus 4z equals 18, 5x plus 2y minus z equals -1. You have to get rid of the same thing you got rid of. You got rid of y's. So we need to get rid of y's right there. They're not opposite. So what would I need to multiply to make opposites? Well, I could multiply the top one by 2 so that I have a -2 and a +2. So I'm going to multiply the top by 2. 4x minus 2y plus 8z equals 36. Keep the bottom one the same. Add it. 9x, those go away. 7z equals 35. So again, I put that in a box. And what I should notice is my two boxes have the same variables. So I have an x and I have a z. So now in your notes, you'll see where it says 2 by 2. What you want to do is bring your two boxes down to the 2 by 2. So 5x plus 2z equals 10. 9x plus 7z equals 35. Now, you get rid of a variable. Now, looking at x's and z's, this is like what you did yesterday. Neither one is better. I'm going to pick my z's because they're smaller. They're not as big. So to make opposites, I'm going to have to multiply. First number that 2 and 7 go into is 14. So I'm going to multiply the top by 7, the bottom by 2. They're both positive. I need one negative, so I'll just choose -2. So 35x plus 14z equals 70. -18x minus 14z equals -70. I add 35 plus -18 is 17. Those go away. That's 0. My variables did not go away. It's just 70 and -70 is 0. Divide by 17. X is 0. Now you solve this system. If you have your x of 0, you can take that back into one of your equations and solve for y. So let's say I take it into the top one. It would be, if I extend this a little bit more, it would be 5 times 0 plus 2z equals 10. I'm not solving for y. I'm solving for z, sorry. So 5 times 0 is 0. I'd have 2z equals 10. Divide by 2. Z equals 5. Okay, so last thing you see is find the third variable. If you go down to the bottom where it says solution, you're trying to find x, y, z. We found our x was 0. We found our z was 5. Now what we need to do to find that third variable is, and this would be just where you see third variable, you're going to pick any equation that you start with. So I'm just going to go way back up here, and let's say I take A. 3x plus y minus 2z equals -8. 3x plus y minus 2z equals -8. I have two of the three of those variables. So I'm going to plug in what I have up there. So I'd have 3 times 0 plus y minus 2 times 5 equals -8. Do the math. That would give you 0 plus y minus 10 equals -8. Add 10, y equals 2. So now you have your last variable, y equals 2. So your solution to that system of lines in space is 0, 2, 5. The check would be you take 0, 2, 5 and it should work in A, B, and C. So if I plugged in a 0 here, a 2 there, and a 5 there, I should get -1. If I plugged in 0 there, a 2 there, and a 5 there, I should get 18, etc. So you can see it is lengthy. One math mistake, one sign mistake is going to mess up the rest of the problem. So my suggestion is to take your time, be very careful with the algebra. I've chosen questions that we don't get decimals to start. So if you do get decimals, you've made a mistake. Try to do the 2 on the back for your homework and try it. I mean, at least to get started, you should get the basics of how do you do it, but they are difficult. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.